My name is Siza Mtimbiri. I'm a PhD student here at the Faculty of Education in Cambridge. I'm a member of St. Edmund's College. My research looks at the impact of HIV/AIDS on children in rural schools in Zimbabwe. I wanted to be a teacher because I realized what a difference it can make to people's lives, because it made such a big difference in my own life. When you move to the rural areas, you're talking about kids sitting under a tree learning, and it's very disruptive. Then you get rural schools where there are buildings, there are actual buildings there, but they're so dilapidated that you think it might actually be better for kids to be outside, because some of the buildings look like they're going to fall apart. Kids walk for 2, 3 miles, 5 miles to go to school. And these are 10-year-olds. 67% of the kids drop out of school. They don't have trained teachers, most of the schools, and it shouldn't be like that. I'm very passionate about how we can work with underprivileged children, use education to try and break the cycle of poverty. I realize that some of the issues really need to be dealt from the top. Policy changes need to be implemented, which can make it long-lasting. So I realized then that I needed to get back to school, to study. I went to an incredibly poor school for primary school. So this is a dream, really. I never thought I'd even be in England, let alone Cambridge University. Without the Gates Scholarship, I couldn't be here. I'm in a community of students who are actually looking to do similar things in different parts of the world. I feel incredibly privileged to be here, to be working with people who are passionate about what they study. The Gates values of reducing poverty through education and health are what we need, not just in Zimbabwe, but in the whole of Africa. I don't think it's possible to have a working democracy with an ignorant population. I'm looking at the impact of HIV/AIDS on rural primary school children in Zimbabwe, because what we have now in Zimbabwe is that we have kids who are infected with HIV in the schools, and that affects the school dynamic. What that means is that if it's not taken care of, we might actually lose an entire generation because they will not be educated effectively. Because if we get the education piece right, if we get to educate people so that they can become self-sustaining individuals who can make meaningful contributions to society, most of the problems that we have in Africa will be reduced incredibly. It would be a different continent. I could have been one of those kids very easily. And then for me to imagine that somebody else who might otherwise just stay here would come back to the village to create an opportunity for me, I think that's just inspiring for me, and I want to be able to do that, to go back to kids who might never otherwise have a chance at all in life, because it can be done. I really believe it can be done, and I think the Gates believes that it can be done.